Hey guys, so I'm back with another harmonious mind chat. I'm in different surroundings, different place. So today we're gonna be talking about ownership, the European ideal of ownership in relationships, and how that's a problem. Okay, so ownership stems from a European ideal, started off as indentured servitude, indentured servants had masters, and slaves. This is, first off, I want you guys to get this is a European, a Sealy kind of thing. It's a European based ideal, you know, where you're owning someone and you feel entitlement and you feel owed. You feel owed something by them. So first off, in a relationship, the only thing somebody owes you is their love. But the problem is you see it in so much, and it's been passed down on to the younger generation, millennials and Gen Z, this ideal of ownership in relationships. I mean, you're hearing it in the songs. You hear Young Blue, You're Still Mine. So many songs. Even like this, Snow Allegra, no shade or anything. Like the song sounds so good, it sounds so sweet. But Charlieville, Under the Stars, You Are Mine. The Boy Is Mine. Brandy and Monica. I think Monica, yeah. Both of them, yeah. These are European ideals and they don't work for us. We wonder why. Relationships don't work because we come in with this jealousy. And, it is hard. Even I have to catch myself sometimes when it comes. I'm not naturally a jealous person, but when it comes to, someone that you're with, you got to check yourself, like, why am I jealous? I don't own this person. This person isn't mine, my man, my woman. Yes, that is my counterpart, but I don't own them. Oh, another song? Girl, I want to be your owner. Girl, after you, game over. Oxlade. That's the only part of the song I don't like. Like, you're not owning anything. And, this stems from the idea of the woman is spoken for, which stems, it's connected to marriage, but it also is connected to women literally were not speaking up for themselves. I can't talk. Speaking up for themselves and speaking, on their own. Their husband was speaking for them, That's how disempowered women were. But, this ideal that we have, we got to challenge that. We got to challenge that, and we got to stop, thinking we own people. Because the only thing you're doing is society is much infiltrated, world hegemony, white supremacy, racism, like all that is connected. So we are taking on ideals of the oppressor that we've been taught, that has been passed down, and we gotta let these go. That's why certain relationships are not working, because people feel like they owe somebody, they own somebody, that that person is mine. Especially abusive men, they already feel like they own you. That's why they beating on you, and they want to kill you. So they want to kill you and take you with them. But yeah, we need to get away from these ideals, and the step is just to recognize, be self-aware when you are having these thoughts that are, not counterproductive. Why am I getting jealous? Because first off, if someone is for you, they're gonna be there. The jealousy and stuff, you gotta remind yourself, if this person is really, really like my mate on a how do I say this without sounding, I'm trying not to be spiritual, but I'm a spiritual person. I'm trying not to be. But if that person is your mate, like it's written in the cosmos, it's written in the stars, like this was already, connected and already predestined and already has been so for centuries, you ain't gotta be jealous. You don't own them, and if it's gonna be, it's gonna be, if how they say the universe I can't talk today. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so you gotta challenge these thoughts. You gotta challenge these thoughts, and like I say, the person's for you, they're for you. So recently I was on this podcast. I'm gonna move past that because you guys should have that idea. So, I was on this podcast and we were talking about entitlement because entitlements, that connects to ownership, because you feel like they owe you something, and usually if you feel like you own somebody, you feel like they owe you something. So anyway, moving on, I'm going to insert a clip as well from the podcast, but we were talking about how women, feel like they need to tax these niggas, which is ridiculous because, they end up engaging in, commodification of sex. And, the simplest way, we used to talk about commodification of sex would be, the guy takes you out on a dinner and you feel like you have to give it up, or you're giving it up in exchange for the dinner. Like that's the oldest form that we know. And in other words, prostitution, and he said something that was golden, and I wish I had actually caught it in the conversation. Like sometimes you don't catch things till after, but he basically said, how can you tap into your power? How do you have power as a female, as a woman, as a womb, as someone who has a womb, brings life onto this earth? How are you tapping into your energy? You are diminishing your sacrality, which is something that Black people have, at this point, you're diminishing it on your own. White people and white supremacy have already, been targeting our sacrality with the reparations and stuff like that. They've already been doing that. And now you're doing it on your own. You already are diminishing your sacrality and, diminishing your power. Because really, you are allowing things to be transactional, and that's why things are not going to be pure. Things are not going to really work for you.
I would have figured out that. I think it's prostitution. People don't even realize that. Like the city girls, right? If you want to do this, you got to buy me this, or if I got to do this joint ain't for free or whatever, you got to do me this. When has it been? You talk about independence, and you talk about women's rights, you talk about power for the women, right? How can I want to be careful what I say. You know me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I want to understand from a woman perspective. How can we give you I'm all for that. That's the wrong word. I guess how can women obtain the legitimacy or the rights, or the full independence or power that they want to gain, but yet they want to give up something in replace for a man, I guess, taking care of them, if that makes sense. That's like, appreciating their value. Think it don't make sense. Like, I understand that, like, if you are in something that's intimate, and if you are into something that you're I guess you're becoming vulnerable to that person. You're open to that person, and you guys are engaging into dating. You guys are loving each other, having sex, and things of that nature. You should feel like, to a certain degree, like, okay, this is my dude. He, out of the kindness of his heart, he should automatically think about doing this. But that's where it's a thin line. He not that he should do it. Like, it's expected I guess out of chivalry, but it's not a need. Like, why do I have to pay your bills if we're both having a good time? Yeah, it's not an obligation. It's not an obligation. That's what I was looking for. Like, why do I have to do all of these things if it's mutual? It'll be different if it's like we come to the table and we like, look, I'm just letting you know right now I'm a prostitute. You can't hang out with me. You can't do anything with me unless you pay my bills, buy me a car, pay for all the dates. Because then that's understood. That's what prostitution is. That's what I mean. That's what it is. Like,
it's transactional.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Like, I don't understand that. So I don't know. Maybe you can add on to that, Ken.
Yeah, and I think it really goes on to intention and like generosity. Like, if you tell me, like, okay, like every man's supposed to open the door, right? And you're at the door, and look, you believe this, right? And you're not touching the door at all until a man comes to open that door for you, and you give the signs to the guy, like, okay, like you better open this door or else type stuff, right? Even though he probably still do it, if he's still a gentleman, it's still chivalry. But the intention of him doing it, it feels like it's a chore, and that's the issue right there. When you're actually selling your body for, okay, dude, gotta pay my bills. You want to hit this, or you want to see me. Gotta pay all the dinner dates, whatever. Then it comes more transactional. It's not something that people are generally want to do. It's not genuine. It's not something that people are doing kind of their heart. Because you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? The difference from having sex with a prostitute and having sex in a relationship is literally the connection, the relationship you have. But it's the same action you're doing. But you're with this person, you really love this person, you really want to see this person thrive. You know what I'm saying? It's something that makes you feel good. But you're doing something transactional. There's no love in it. It's just the action of it. It's dogmatic. So when it goes to entitlement, that's where it goes to.
And niggas gonna get tired.
Yeah, the niggas gonna be tired.
He gonna start treating you
like that.
Like the chore. Like, now I'm doing this for you because you giving me this. Like shut up or whatever. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, type of thing. And it's gonna be tick for tack, because the same thing. Talk about a woman's perspective. The same thing. A woman is like, hey, if you want to hit this, you gotta pay all these certain things. The dude's gonna feel entitled too. Like, I'm paying these things, so you better give me some, type of thing. And that's when things get very rocky, very shaky, very scary. And people got to think about it both ways. We talk about entitlement on both from guys and girls. Is that when that love is gone, people act very dogmatic. People act very sick, and people really don't put their heart into no more. It's just really just transactional, and that's when people make dumb decisions. People try to take over pursue or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? So with entitlement, we just gotta be very careful what we expecting people to do, because they're gonna expect in some way the same thing to you.
Things are not really gonna work for you, and we wonder why. We wonder why. I was in a situation where this is the problem that people have. They think that, you're going to love them for what they give you, which is false. It is, the foundation of that is BS. It's bullshit. Okay? The foundation is shaky. It's crap. It's shit. Because when the person stops giving you these things, or when the person gets crazy with expecting sex or whatever they're expecting from you, how are you going to feel, and how are things going to pan out? So that was just golden. I'm going to insert the clip. So, yeah. is like, ladies, and the thing is, people have this emotional and they reaction. They feel attacked when you are telling them about themselves. Like, honestly, people can look at you, laugh at you, and not say anything. You should actually be thankful and show gratitude that somebody actually cares enough to say something, and not be laughing at you behind your back and talking all kinds of stuff about you. Because Black people, we are a communal people. We are a communal culture. So that's why we're telling you this. That's why we're telling you you're diminishing your own sacrality. You are ruining the foundation by taxing these niggas, expecting them to already, give you money. It's like you're trying to get over. And I understand you've been hurt before, so you want to make sure you're getting something out of it, but that's very ego based. It's very ego based, and if you really want to find true love, well, not find, fall into, run into serendipitously, if you want that, you can't, it's not going to work. Ego has to fall. Ego has to be stripped. Ego has to be left at the door, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because then you're not talking from a heart space. You're not loving, purely. You're not navigating the relationship from a heart space. So, yeah. It's not weed, okay? It's not weed. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I know y'all hear. Do y'all hear Luther in the background? Comment if you hear Luther in the background, okay? Now, that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with, because I already talked about, how toxic traits are now being seen as big indications of endearment. So now this, I just left you with these two, the ownership ideal that we need to let go of, and the entitlement, and even with guys, I paid a guy's phone bill once, and I shouldn't have, and there's more to the story, but at the same time, nah. You know what? I'll tell y'all a little something. I was younger then. So it was a bit of commodification, I guess, but that wasn't the agreement. It wasn't, oh, you, and he the one that wanted it. He the one that asked for the punani, he asked for it. So, yeah. But before, he never got it though. It never happened. But before, while we're chit-chatting, talking, whatever, he said he needed a favor. And the thing is, he saw that I was working at this place, and I had my Ray-Bans on, so he really thought I was getting, I guess, he living in the hood, so he really thinks somebody else who lives somewhere else is getting money, I guess. That's how a lot of people think, especially people that live in the hood. They think people who don't live in their hood or in the hood got money, but that ain't the case. But anyway, I had money, but I paid his phone bill. But that's just another example of the transactional behavior that you don't need to engage in. Like, I shouldn't really have done that. I probably, because he wasn't like anybody close to me. It was like new. I did some stupid stuff when I was young. Oh, so yes, that's it. Um, that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. I'm always here to just knock on the parameters, open up the curtain a bit, or snatch the curtain. So thanks for watching. Love, peace, blessings. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I forget to say that, because I'm just here to just put these ideas and these thoughts out here because it's truth, So I forget to say that. And down below, I'll leave my Instagram for my home decor business. So yes, see ya. Love.